What's up, everybody? Welcome to Podcast Now. I'm Alex. In this video, I want to talk about Life is Strange Double Exposure, potentially one more time before the game comes out. Potentially, because I just always have ideas. There's always new trailers coming out, and hey, maybe I think of a new idea before Tuesday. But wanted to throw a couple things at you guys, talk about just kind of this surrealism. I don't know if that's an actual word, but just how surreal it is that we're getting so close to the game coming out. And I kind of want to talk about some of my plans of what I want to do over the next couple weeks on the game, okay? So in terms of, just really quickly, because the plans I don't think will take that much time. In terms of what I want to do, so I've thought about this real long and hard, and my plan as of right now is I do want to stream at least episodes 1 and 2. So I'm going to do the early access thing, the deluxe edition or whatever it is, and so that Tuesday, I don't have a time nailed down, but I probably want to do it as early as possible, honestly. I'll put in the community tab on this channel, so just keep an eye. I mean, I think if you're subscribed, sometimes it'll just show you my community posts. So, there'll be a time I'll probably mention on Twitter as well and all that jazz. But I do think I'm going to stream it. And, I can absolutely understand, like, hey, I don't want to come by because of spoilers and I don't want to be spoiled. I want to wait for the full game. Totally. I mean, I know people, that I talk to kind of behind the scenes, other Life is Strange creators that are also waiting. So I absolutely understand that. But, I don't know. I kind of want to capture myself, kind of like Jefferson, but actually in a much nicer way than what he was talking about. I do want to, capture myself when I'm playing for the first time. I don't know. Life is Strange 1 was the first game I ever live streamed on this channel. I started my channel in March of 2015, so I'm approaching 10 years this March. I'll do a 10-year celebration and stuff, but episode 1 had already come out, and then episode 2, I think, was coming out, and it did come out, I think, maybe in March or April, and that was the first game, and maybe, the 6th video in all that I ever made on Podcast Now. I think they're still up, although, honestly, I don't think so. I don't know. I might have taken them down, but I don't know. In those ones, I didn't show my face. It was through the PlayStation thing that they had on the PS4. So nowadays, with this, I want to I want to capture myself. I want to be able to look back and say, these were my reactions to the first time freaking firing up this game after so many years, the sequel, and playing as Max. So I want to do that on Tuesday. That's that plan. And then in terms of, after that, a lot of theories and discussions, so I'm planning a live stream with as many Life is Strange creators as I can get. If you're a Life is Strange creator and you want a part of it, hit me up, let me know in the comments. I've reached out to a couple people already, and I want to do a stream discussing episodes 1 and 2 that same week. So episodes 1 and 2 come out Tuesday, probably towards that Friday or so. I want to do a stream with a bunch of people, and so we got that. In between that will be theories and videos and all that stuff. I'm going to try to keep them as spoiler-free as possible. I don't know, like the McFire Ices and all of them, that they post the full-on game, the game clips of the world. If Chloe Returns kind of scene comes in, you'll see it from them. I mean, I'm sure I'll even be hit on the YouTube algorithm from a freaking game clips video that says, Chloe Price Returns, Life is Strange Double Exposure, scene or whatever. And I'm not going to do that. I think that's fair, all jokes aside. I think that's fair to throw out there, and I have had people tell me, hey, I'm scared, and I get that. Whenever I cover a game so much, and I cover a lot of games so much, I will get people that say, hey, when this game comes out, or whatever, I'm piecing out for a little while because I don't want to get spoiled. I want to play it, and then I'll come back. I get that. What I try to do, I've messed up before. I'll admit to my mistakes, but it's been actually years and years and years since I've messed up in that way. I really don't spoil thumbnails, titles. I try to be as generic and as non-pleasing to the YouTube algorithm as humanly possible, hence the channel, I guess. But no, honestly, I plan on covering it, but covering it at least in title and thumbnail in the least spoiler possible. And then when you get into the video, I would warn you if it's a spoiler or not. So that's my plan for in between. And then, when the full game comes out on the 29th, I don't know about that one. In fact, I don't think I would stream episodes 3, 4, 5, unless episodes 1 and 2 are this giant success. Maybe I would then. That I'm still deciding on. And then kind of just a repeat. So once the full game comes out, I want to have kind of one final stream with as many Life is Strange creators as possible. Do a spoiler cast, talk about it, and give you guys a review, give you guys some theories and some ending discussions games and, talk about Max and talk about what's to come and how well they did, in this game. So there's going to be a lot of Life is Strange videos. I mean, there's already been 85 plus, I think I've made on the channel in all, and maybe like 20 plus on Life is Strange Double Exposure. So there's going to be a lot more over the next couple weeks. And then just to end this video on just my pure excitement, like, I know I already made the why I'm getting Life is Strange Double Exposure video, but, sitting here just a few days away, it's surreal. It really is. Like, things can go wrong. Things can definitely go wrong. In my opinion of it, you can look back and say, hey, that aged terribly. I've had videos that people will come back, months later and say, yeah, that aged bad. That's fair. But I number one, I hope that doesn't happen. And number two, it doesn't take away from how I feel now. You know what I mean? It might suck later, but for right now, like, I'm on cloud nine. I don't know. I've talked to other people about this too, kind of behind the scenes, where it's surreal to me. Like I mentioned, like, just from the channel perspective, again, being like the first game I live streamed, and I called this game. I've told that story before. Like, when the trailer came out, I told my cousin of the first game. I told my cousin back then that I think this game is going to be something really special. I said those words, and I played episode 1 and just immediately fell in love with it. I got that season pass back in the day, so I already bought all the episodes going in, and it's a game that really, I don't know if I would say changed my life, but this is a top maybe 10, 15 game of my entire life, and I've played a lot of games. I've played a lot of games that I would say are some of my favorites of all time. This is up there. I mean, when I think of some of the best games I've ever played, games that like really impacted me, Life is Strange, honestly, is probably one of the first couple that I think about, let alone like top 15. It's probably one of the first like 3 or 4 games I think of when I say, what game do I just really love? I think of like Sly Cooper, maybe Kingdom Hearts, Life is Strange, maybe even in that order. So, why am I saying all this? Well, it just means the world, you know what I mean? We've played other Life is Strange games since, and I like True Colors. I think True Colors is a good game. I liked Before the Storm. I did not like 2, but I liked the rest of them, but I loved 1 in particular, right? I loved the first game, and just to kind of go back and hope that they can do it. And I do think Deck 9 can do it. I've always said that. I will say that until the game comes out. I think they can, and I think they understand Life is Strange, which maybe conflicts with other people. I really do believe they understand what makes Life is Strange, Life is Strange. And then, yeah, I mean, obviously a cop-out answer is Max, she is Life is, to me, she is Life is Strange. She could have always just been Life is Strange. They took the anthology route, and I think that was probably an okay move and maybe even the right move at the time. But I guess looking back, like, Life is Strange 1 is my favorite. None of the other games can get close. True Colors is really good, but I don't think it's that close to Life is Strange 1. And Max Caulfield is easily, I don't even think that one's close. She's the best character. So going into this, like, just to get her back, it's like, yeah, it feels like at home, right? It feels like you're returning to an old friend that you're returning to one of the better game characters created. You're returning to a sequel to one of the best games ever created, in my opinion. So I'm ready. I'm really, and it's hard to put into words, like, just what it feels like, because it's still, to be honest with you, on some days it feels not real. It doesn't feel real that, like, the game is actually coming out. It almost feels like, I don't even know if I want this kind of era to end, because this lead up has been just something so, it's been weird, it's been strange, one might say, but it's just been different. And I'm not saying that in a bad way. A community member messaged me the day it was shown at the Xbox event, and I had thought it was possible. I didn't think it was possible at the Xbox event, but I believe there was a new Life is Strange game. IGN did a whole kind of article on it as well, and I really did think Max could come back, but you think, you don't know, right? So it's like when everything comes together, and then it was shown from June, and then they do the reveal trailer. They have the live stream where they show the gameplay, and they talk to Hannah, kind of in the middle of it. From then to now, feels like just this really weird time, but in a good way, where it's like I can't actually believe the game exists in its own. Like, if that makes sense. Like, I can't even believe the game is a real thing, let alone that it was announced, and let alone that it comes out next week, in a sense, right? Unreal. Truly unreal. So I'm ready for it. You guys know the plan. You can let me know, let me know what you think in the comments. If there's any specific types of videos you want me to make or anything like that, you let me know in the comments, and I'll try to get to as many of them as I can, okay? Thank you for watching, and I'll see you all on the next one.